So I just recorded a video of me covering the song called My Man from the Broadway show Funny Girl and the movie Funny Girl with Barbra Streisand, and it was popularly covered by Lea Michele in Glee. And it just made me think of a lot of things. It made me realize a few things. First of all, if you are new to my channel and if you don't already know, my name is Leanne. I've been dealing with chronic illness and I've been using a mind-body approach to recover from it for the last 3 years. Kind of getting tired of saying that intro too, which is kind of exciting. I think that's a good thing. Yeah, so a total of 5 years dealing with chronic illness, and so it's been like a rebuilding, it's been a recovery. If you're on this journey and you're recovering from chronic symptoms through a mind-body approach, you know that the process is it's really brutal, it's hard, it's crazy. So I just recorded, my whole family's gone today. They all went to church. I didn't. You can check out my other videos where I talk about why I'm not going there right now. I found myself thinking like, man, what am I gonna do? What do I feel like doing? And if you don't already know, I post shorts. I have a playlist on my YouTube channel called Song Break with Leanne because I love singing. I love playing musical instruments, always have since I was little. Actually, you know what? Through this journey, I didn't know if I truly enjoyed singing or not, because most of the memories I have with singing. So I've been singing, I should preface this, I've been singing since I was 2 years old for family parties, family gatherings, talent shows, local talent shows. I was on a televised local talent show back in Hawaii where I grew up. Oh, and then I've been singing at church, leading the worship service, the worship part of it, for God knows how long, 15 years, something like that, really young. And then theater and musicals and all that fun stuff. So singing has always been a huge part of my life, but through this journey, like one of the symptoms that I dealt with was vocal fatigue, like intense, severe vocal fatigue, where I couldn't even talk for longer than 2 minutes and my voice would just go weak and it would just disappear. So forget about singing, forget about breath control, let's not even talk about breath control. You know, so it's been a slow, hard crawl, like just building up all those vocal muscles again, honestly every muscle in my body. If you want a rundown of all of the 30 plus symptoms that I have or had been dealing with, it's on my website. There's a lot of them. A lot of them had to do with a lot of muscle weakness, muscle fatigue. I was in a wheelchair at one point. So besides that, so back to my point. Singing has always been a vital part of my life, critical part of my life. And through this journey, when that ability was taken away, along with a lot of bodily mobility capabilities, I had to question myself and be like, dang, do I even like singing? Or was it just like something that I could do? And so my mom was kind of a tiger mom. No, she was. She was a, you know, like one of the earliest memories, and I did rework this through Mind Change, so the emotional charge isn't there anymore, but one of my earliest memories that I have, I think I was 3 years old and I just didn't want to perform and I didn't want to sing in front of, in a family party. And my mom took me into a closet and she beat me up about it. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Like if you grew up in a traumatic environment with caregivers who just didn't know any better, unfortunately, you know, the children are the victims of that. So sorry if that was triggering for people. I mean, my mom, I don't know, I feel like if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, I feel like a lot of us were just beat, you know? Like, I feel like we were all beat up at some point. I think it was like corporal punishment was a thing. I don't know, or maybe it was just the environment and the community that I grew up in, but this was normal. And then you go to school and you start learning, oh, actually, you know, getting spanked and beaten and, you know, hit with slippers and janelas and wire hangers and all that stuff, you know, getting kicked out of the house. Come to find out that that's actually not normal and that's abuse. Yeah. So anyway, I had always put a lot of weight on my ability to carry a tune. And it got me a lot of opportunities. I remember I got a talent scout reached out to me from Cirque du Soleil. I remember his name was Welby Altador, and he saw me I was performing with my school choir at the local mall in Honolulu, and he arranged for a private audition. So I'm not tooting my own horn, that's just an opportunity that came through. So singing has been a vital part of my identity, and to have that be taken away through this chronic illness journey was very, very jarring, because that was something that, you know, people knew, like, oh, Leanne can do this, right? So today I recorded a cover just because I felt like it and no one was home, and I honestly didn't know what to do with myself. And if you know, I've been in a hermit period for quite a while now. I've really taken the last 5-6 months, maybe even more than that, just kind of keeping to myself, because I realized how much I need it. And I kind of feel like today was the first morning when my whole family was gone, and today was the first morning where I honestly felt this urge to kind of get out there again and hang out with people. And I happen to be filming this on Super Bowl Sunday, so I am going to a Super Bowl party later, but I do feel like maybe I am starting to come out of this hermit period, which is a good thing, right? So anyway, long-winded as usual, but I recorded that song for the shorts that I do because I just, like, I'm trying to rebuild, get back to things that I could do before, right? Even if it sounds super rough. And if you do go watch that short, it is super rough, but it just shows me how far I've come, how my nervous system is absolutely recovering and healing, because I couldn't hit those notes before. In the last 5 years, I didn't have the breath control to hold those notes. It is rough. So if you go watch it, it is very rough, but I couldn't do that before. So that is huge. You know, one of those things where you got to celebrate these things that you couldn't do before, and now you can start to do them again. It's very, very exciting. And I'm realizing that I do absolutely love singing and playing instruments and music. And if you see my other shorts, like I'm playing music with my sons who are learning how to drum, and that is the coolest thing ever, to like play music with your kids. Like, it makes me cry, because our whole family has been through a lot through this journey. So what is the topic of this video? Why am I filming this? I don't really know. I think if you can take away anything from this, it's like, you know, I encourage you to go back to your hobbies. If you're recovering from chronic illness through a mind-body approach, just start to go back to your hobbies. And at first, like when I started doing that, I didn't even have like the finger strength and the hand strength and the arm strength to like hold the frets of my guitar and my ukulele. And I just couldn't talk. I couldn't sing. It was crazy. Just all these things that you could do, that you put your identity in and your capabilities in, all of a sudden you can't do it anymore. It was devastating. So to be able to sing even a little bit again and play and be able to hold my instruments, be able to hold this camera for as long as I can now, guys, that is major. So I guess this is just another encouragement video. I'm 3 years in. Progress is being made, even if you don't feel like it, because it feels like hell what you're dealing with. So I just want to keep nudging you, you know, like, yes, pal, keep going. You can do it. And things will start to change, and things will start to like you'll just start coming back to normal and doing all your normal things and feeling more relaxed about it. That's something I'm realizing, that when I was playing music and singing and stuff in the past prior to all of this, it wasn't out of fun. It was out of obligation, because in my mind, my inner child, my little Leanne, who's in here still, she had equated singing and performing and playing music not really as fun, but my brain was going to, you need to do this or you're going to be punished physically, emotionally, mentally, right? Like, how messed up is that for a child? So I'm thankful for this journey, because it has brought to light all of these just very destructive filters that I've had over myself, over things that I liked, over things that I don't like, and it's rewiring me, so to speak, and it's rerouting me to return back to those things that I truly do love, but without the filter of, if you don't do this, you're somehow in trouble, or you're going to get beat up, or, like, it is safe. Oh my God, that's what I'm realizing. I had a danger associated to my hobbies, these things that I like, these things that I could do well, I would say. And again, I'm not tooting my own horn. It's just one of those things. But I had equated danger to all of that. And now I'm teaching my brain that we're just doing things that we like, and it's safe to do things that we like. And I'm not going to get in trouble, and I'm not going to die if I do or don't do it, if that makes sense. Trauma is a very fickle thing. It's a very interesting thing, but I'm finding that if we're willing to let go of the trauma, of the filters, of these destructive associations, like, oh, doing this thing is not safe to my brain. So then you're just pushing to do it, but it's not coming from a place of joy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not coming from a place of wholeness and fun and play. It's not coming from a healthy place. So in that regard, thank God for this hell of a journey, because we would not know this otherwise, right? All of us, we would not know all these things otherwise. We have to go through this. So, okay. Super Bowl Sunday. My team are the 49ers, hoo-hoo. And they're not in there, so I really don't care who wins. Actually, no. I hate both teams. I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like the Eagles. I think Eagles fans are ridiculous. I don't know. They got trauma or something. They're very violent, Eagles fans. But I think if I had to choose a team, I'll go for the Eagles. Well, even that sounds so gross to say. But I don't want the Chiefs to win again. They win a lot. And I do think the refs are on their side. I do believe in that. Don't come after me, Chiefs and Eagles fans. I'm just going to have a good time. I'm going to go over to my mother-in-law's house. She's having a big shindig. And it's Mexican themed food. So we're having a taco bar. My sister's making her amazing pozole. So good. So I'm going to help. I'm going to be chopping up a bunch of onions and all that fun stuff. So, hey, can you guys let me know what team you're rooting for in the comments? I'm just curious, like, where all these viewers are, where you guys are coming from, hailing from. So, all right, talking too much. Have a great Sunday or whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time.